Welcome back to Reimagine Session 2. This masterclass is here for you so you can own your life by design and become a conscious co-creator instead of living life by default. So today is the day we work on creating a winning self-image. It's my favorite lesson to teach because it helps my clients get some of the most amazing results, reimagine themselves, reimagine their lives, and create new and incredible results. And that is available for you today if you do the deal. So let's do a quick recap from yesterday. Yesterday's session was on vision casting. Today is owning a self-image. And tomorrow we're owning our calendar. We're reimagining all of these things. Each one of these are an individual exercise that will help you get incredible results. So if you don't get to every session, that's okay. And I highly, highly recommend you take the time out to do each session because you would be amazed at when we slow down to do this inner work, how the results begin to shift on the outside. And this is what we like to call working smarter, not harder. So in yesterday's session, we talked about becoming conscious co-creators. What is the unconscious mind? How it's running the show. How we're going to begin to get new results by rewiring our brain for success using these exercises. Yesterday was super important because in order to get what you want, you have to know what you want. And if I were to go out and ask most people, what is your goal? What do you want? If you could have, be, and do anything and everything that you desire, what is it? The truth is, most people haven't even thought about it because they have not even allowed themselves to entertain possibility. Now, we said there was one rule as we go through this entire masterclass, and it's to stay in that state of possibility, to be on your hero's journey, to be in gratitude, faith, expectancy, abundance, overflow, instead of in fear, worry, doubt, shame, blame, and on our victim story. So I hope you are all still owning your mental diet, owning your mind, staying in a place of possibility and positivity. And I hope you did the homework from yesterday. So the first thing I asked you to do was cast your North Star, your vision. What is that legacy you want to leave for your life? And then I asked you to reimagine what you want your future to look like and where you would like to be a year from now. And I asked you to do some goal setting. Set 3 goals for the end of this year. Set 3 goals for next year. Pick one of those goals that mean the most to you and put it on a goal card. And create a picture in your mind of that goal achieved. And every time you touch that goal card, the visualization of your goal achieved on your mind comes up, and your mind knows no difference between real and imagined. So every time you touch and feel that goal card and that picture of your goal achieved comes on to your mind will begin to look for evidence, the right people, places, circumstances, and opportunities to help you achieve this. And this is the neuroscience we talked about yesterday, the neurolinguistics programming of your reticular activation system, where I told you that wherever your focus is, your brain will filter the information to help that happen. So let's keep our energy and our mindset focused on what it is that we desire, the state of the goal achieved, how that can happen, why we want it, and only entertaining that state of possibility. And I know that for so many of us, we say, well, what if this happens? Or what if this doesn't work? Or what if? What if you played the what if game in a different way? If you played it like this, what if everything worked out? What would be the best that could happen? And I want you to truly begin to imagine and reimagine yourself, your life, and your business from the state of possibility and positivity. Allow yourself to dream. Allow yourself to reimagine what it is that you truly desire instead of what you've been conditioned to desire and what you think you're supposed to desire. Instead, I want you to really, really think, what do you really, really want? And once you are sure and you have clarity on what it is that you desire, then we can start to imagine and reimagine ourselves, who we're being with this goal achieved. Now, this is the next really important part, because for many of us, we only see ourselves as we are, and we've never reimagined ourselves in any way. And we can't get beyond the way we see ourselves and what is possible for us. So it's time to reimagine your self-image. Now, some of you know me and some of you don't know me yet. So if you're new to the Own It community, hello, welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm Heather Lee Chapman. I'm a holistic high performance coach for conscious entrepreneurs. And we work on self and business mastery through skill set, mindset, and high performance habits, belief switching, accountability, and community. I'm here to help you work with your unconscious mind to truly live life by design and build that dream business around your dream life instead of building yourself another job. I want to help you increase your income and your impact, as I have for so many other clients over the years. I've been studying human potential and performance for over 2 decades, and I've been a business owner and a coach and mentor for over a decade and a half. And I'm so grateful that I get this opportunity to be an incredible business owner, to help people transform their lives and to truly live my life by design. I think the number one gift is freedom, the freedom to wake up and design your day and your life your way. And there is so much magic in putting in the energy, the actions, the effort, the mindset to get yourself to this place. And what if you could wake up and design your day however you desire it? Don't worry, we're going to play that game tomorrow. So you got to make sure you come back for tomorrow. Tomorrow we are working on creating your dream schedule, because in the words of Bob Proctor, whatever is in your calendar, you are trading your life for. So I hope it's worth you. So I want you to pause and ask yourself, what do you really, really want? And really pause and think about it. What is it that you really, really want? I want you to put that on your goal card if you haven't yet. And part of your homework yesterday was to journal and write out those future diaries. I just wanted to create some clarity around that and creating your goal card. I was talking to some of you, and I think this is such a super important part that we make sure we have absolutely clear when we're writing our future diary, when we're doing our goal card, and when we're doing our self-image script today. Everything must be in the present tense as if it is now. So when we say things like, I will have, it stays in the future. Your brain doesn't understand time. So it's like, okay, it's in the future. It's not important. And so I want you to start to act as if now and imagine as if it is here now. So when you're writing your future diary, it's, I'm so happy and grateful now that I have. When we're writing our future, our self-image script, it's, I'm so happy and grateful now that I am being. I am doing. And these are super important because we want to make sure that we're working with the brain. So we're always going to write in present and positive tense. So the brain doesn't understand double negatives. A lot of people will write what it is that they do not desire. I want to get out of debt. So your brain heard debt. And what it's going to do is look for evidence and opportunities to help you create more debt. So if you would like to have financial freedom, remember I said, what would you prefer? You're going to focus on the financial freedom. And if I asked you, what does financial freedom mean to you? How much money is that? What does your lifestyle look like? Who are you being financially free? Would you be able to answer it? And probably not, because we've been focusing on the what's not working, what we don't want, instead of what it is that we prefer. So one of our first exercises we're going to do today is to create that winning self-image by identifying what is currently not working for us, what that operating system that we talked about yesterday is feeding to us. What are those filters that we're currently operating from? And then we're going to decide what it is that we would prefer. And these are going to be our new affirmations. We're going to begin to auto-suggest them to ourselves by reading them, writing them, saying them, recording them, listening to them, putting them up on a Post-it note so we can see them everywhere. And what this is auto-suggestion, the spaced repetition of an idea or thought over time. And most people have been auto-suggested their whole life. No, you can't. It's hard. How are you going to do that? You're not good enough. Criticism, judgment, fear, worry, doubt. There's all these filters that have been put in there. And instead, we're going to start to replace them. But in order to do that, we don't use the word but in our community because the word but cancels what we said before. So we replace it with and. So, and in order to do that, you would have to actually first be present. You would have to be aware of what your current internal operating system is saying to you. A great way to do this is, if we're not quiet enough to hear the words in our mind, is to actually look at our results. So remember, said our mind thinks in pictures and it comes to pass. The environment is but our looking glass. So whatever picture we've been holding in our mind has been influencing those filters and helping us create those results. So are we holding a picture of success and abundance and overflow, or fear, worry, doubt, scarcity, and lack? And so when we can begin to look at the results, it will start to tell us what thoughts, feelings, actions, and pictures we've been stuck in before. So the first thing I want you to do is look at what that current operating system is telling you, what's not working for you in life and business. I just want you to start to write it down. If you could change anything right now, what would make the biggest difference for you? So I want you to begin to write that down. And maybe it's not that it's not working. Maybe it's working and you're just ready for something better, something new, something more. I want you to write down what's in that operating system, what's in your results that you would like to see changed. We first must identify the current state, which we're going to do in that exercise. And then we would decide what it is that we prefer. So those are your first two questions to journal in your workbook today. So this is an incredible journal for you guys to work on throughout the masterclass. Again, I said, even if you think about it, you can create some magic, but even more magic will happen when you take pen to paper. And so let's use an example for this. Maybe in your business, the number one thing I hear from most people is increased sales. You would like increased revenue. So the number one thing that wouldn't be working is not enough sales. Done. Amazing. Write it down. So what is it that you would prefer? You would prefer daily sales, sales on demand, earning more money while you're sleeping than you can spend while you're awake, earning money while you're sleeping, having passive reoccurring revenue. Maybe it's living in financial abundance and overflow, and maybe it's serving 1,000 new people this year. I don't know what those goals are and what it is that you would prefer, but it's important that we identify the contrast and then what we prefer. And so that's your first exercise. And this is going to help you start to identify where you have some limits in your unconscious mind, some lies you've been telling yourself. Maybe it's you can't be a business owner. So the new affirmation is, I am an exceptional business owner, and I leave every client and person I come in contact with an impression of increase and better than how I found them. Take a moment and really, really take a look at your life and your business, and what would you prefer? So this is important because it will lead us into our next exercise, where we begin to start to actually create a winning self-image. And so let's talk about psycho-cybernetics. You're probably like, what is that, Heather? Awesome. It's okay. I didn't know until I knew as well. Most of us don't know what we don't know until we learn it. And then we realize we didn't know it. So psycho-cybernetics. In your unconscious mind, you have a psycho-cybernetics, an operating system. You have a set point. So a cybernetics is the operating system in a plane that helps it get to its destination. So it may be off course 98% of the time, but it will always end up back at that destination because it starts to make micro changes along the way. And we don't even realize we're off course and we'll always end up back where we want. So let's pause and use that in relation to ourselves. So you have an internal set point. That is your self-image. What you think is possible for you, your relationships, the amount of money you can earn. Can you be a business owner or an employee, a mother, whatever that self-image is for you? It was designed mostly before that age of 7. And we want to begin to now design it as the adult that you are in what it is that you would prefer. So this set point is here. Okay, I want you to imagine a set point of your self-image, and you want to go and get a goal, and it's way over here, way beyond that self-image. Maybe it's being a business owner, maybe it's a certain amount of money, maybe it's a body weight, shape, or size, maybe it's a type of relationship. And you have decided you are going outside of what you were conditioned to be, and you go to get it. There will be micro changes and unconscious self-sabotaging that happens to always bring you back to that same set point, maybe a little beyond it, but not much. Now, I experienced this year after year after year. Like I said, I've been in business for over 15 years, and I really wanted to see a change in my business. I wanted to see growth. I wanted to double my revenue, and I literally couldn't work any harder. 7 days a week, 18-hour days, 3 businesses, 3 contracts, volunteering, exhausted, and no more time to trade for money. And then something would happen. I would almost reach my goal and something would happen. And then I'd have to let go of some of my clients because I had a health ailment. So my revenue got cut in half, so on and so forth. And this kept happening over and over and over again. And I think about after 3 years of like literally working my buns off, sleepless nights, day in and day out, learning, studying, growing, investing. I did everything. I literally couldn't work any harder, and I couldn't understand why I would almost get it. It was like I could taste it, I could feel it, and then it wouldn't happen. And when I started learning about neurolinguistics programming, the unconscious mind, I realized that was my glass ceiling. I was trying to go beyond what I believed was possible for me. I was trying to go beyond what I was conditioned to believe was possible for me. And so when I started to implement this work, I was able to completely change my business, completely change my life, date way better men, have better health, better relationships, better revenue, better clients, better business, work half the amount of time, earn twice the amount of money, and do it with a lot more ease and joy. And from my home, instead of traveling all over the GTA for 12-hour days or longer. And this is when I realized I can't be the only person out there exhausted, burnt out, overwhelmed, trying their hardest to get to where they want to go, and tired of not getting there, almost getting there, and getting sent back to where they were. And so I want you to understand the power and the magic of this exercise. This right here, right now, can and will change your life if you do it and you follow it. And you have to stay with it. It's not I did it one time at Heather's masterclass and then I let it go. It's auto suggestion. Every single day you read it, you write it, you say it, you reaffirm it to yourself, you reimagine it, you see it in your mind, you get into the feeling of the goal achieved. And this is super, super important because once we write this new self-image, I'm going to ask that today you act as if. You're going to create it, and then you're going to embody it so that you can become it. And this means we're going to decide and commit on our goal. We're going to burn the boats. We're going to be all in, and we're going to see ourselves with our goal achieved today. So today I'm asking you to practice that future feeling. So once we know what we want, then we can decide who are we being and who is it that is required for us to be to achieve this goal. And then we can begin to embody it. And what we're going to do is start to train our nervous system of what this future feeling feels like. So in the unconscious mind, many of us are addicted to a negative emotion, and there's no make wrong. It's unconscious. It's not great because it's a negative emotion, yet it's where we're comfortable because it's where we've spent most of our life. And so that could be in fear. That could be in shame. That could be in guilt. And fear and shame and guilt are some of the biggest ones that keep people stuck in the same, because we keep creating opportunities to re-experience these feelings. And so all of a sudden you're in this feeling of freedom, fulfillment, overflow, abundance, and your body's like, hang on, that's super uncomfortable. We're better over here in fear and guilt. We should self-sabotage, create, and attract opportunities and experiences to go back to this. Now, this is what Dr. Joe Dispenza teaches all over the world. You can read his book, Becoming Supernatural, The Placebo Effect. There's so much that he teaches on the quantum physics and the neuroscience behind this. We don't have time to go into that today. Obviously, I teach much more of it inside Success Principles Society. And yesterday I invited you to come and join us. So definitely come and join us inside Success Principles Society. Again, next week, we're doing our Quantum Leap Blueprint, a bonus masterclass for all of our clients. And so you want to jump in this week so you can be with us next Tuesday in that Quantum Leap Blueprint masterclass. You can join us live. The replays will be available. And this is for people who join us in for our clients only. So I'm inviting you. You can now smash that glass ceiling. You can auto-suggest new positive things. You can get into a community of people playing to win. You can advance your results, and you can begin to keep those promises to yourself and get out of your own way and come and join us inside Success Principles Society. It's a monthly subscription. It's only $113 a month. You can cancel anytime with a 30-day notice. And if you know you're committed to your success, you can jump in now and sign up for the year and save 30%. Plus, you get bonus calls, whether you're paying in full or joining on the monthly membership. And you're going to get a one-on-one call with me, guys. And that is absolutely priceless, because we are going to dive deep into what is it you want, what has you stuck, what's your next best step, and what it is you truly desire. And we're going to cast that new vision together. And so I would love to do this with you, and I would love for you to come in and do the self-image lesson that's in there waiting for you. For today, let's move along and let's do this self-image lesson together. And so your next part is to build a new model of the world. And so that sounds funny. And you're like, what is that? Well, there's a current model of you and the model of the world that you were conditioned to believe in, that you're operating from, and we need to design a new one. And if you don't have somebody to emulate and model, we need to create one, because it's a lot easier when we have a model to emulate and follow. So I'm going to ask you to pick 2 to 3 people who you would like to emulate. And why would you like to emulate them? So we're beginning to give ourselves a new model, so that when we go to write our self-image script, we have some things to pull from, some pictures, some people, some feelings, some examples. And so I always, of course, pull from Bob Proctor. He started from nothing. He grew up during the war. He created an empire that and has left a legacy that lives on well beyond him and will live well beyond his children, and so on. And so I always just think Bob Proctor, legacy leaver. And then I want you not only to think about what it is you want to emulate, I want you to think about why. Why do you want to emulate this? This is super important, because remember, the why is the emotion. Why do I want to leave a legacy? I would love to leave a positive impact on this world and a ripple effect that travels wide and far. I don't know if you guys have seen that Christmas movie Spirited yet. I know Christmas is not here yet, and I've already watched 2 Christmas movies. Mind me, there is this song and it called The Ripple. And it's all about doing it for the ripple effect and the ripple effect that one person can have on everybody's lives, a community, and the world. So, what ripple effect are you leaving? So, hashtag I do it for the ripple effect. And I want you to think about why this is important to you. And for me, it's important because I would like to leave this world better than how I found it for the next generations to come and for human ascension. And so now that you have an idea of who it is you would like to emulate, I would like you to begin to think about how you can do more of that today. How can you be more like that today? So, how can I be more of a legacy leaver today? How can I leave more of a positive ripple impact today? In effect, it means that bringing my love and light and joy into every single interaction that I get to have today. And so, how will you leave your ripple? How will you embody it today? Who do you wish to emulate and why? What does that look like? What does that feel like? And how can you be more like that today? We create it, we embody it, and then we become it. And so the final exercise for you to do on your own today is the journaling exercise. And I want you to think about, what does a version of you on your vision board with all your dreams and desires met look like, act like, and feel like? What does the ideal version of your business look like? Write a new self-image script of who you're being with your goal achieved a year from now, and how you would like to see your perfect business going. So who are you being as that founder, as that CEO, as that legacy leader? So how are you showing up in your business? Who are you being? And I want you to write a new self-image script. You can write a team image script, a business image script, a self-image script. You can use this for so many examples. What I learned recently is, instead of doing self-image scripts, Joe Dispenza creates what he calls mind movies, which I love. So he has people create a movie with all the pictures of everything they want in their future, and they do a hypnosis, and then they visualize it and they watch it at their events, which I think is super, super neat. And so what I want you to do is start to create a self-image script. Of course, inside we teach our vision board creation, which is picking your top desires, picking a picture of what that desire allows for you and putting them on a vision board. And in fact, I encourage you guys to do this, and we'll be doing this together in co-working sessions coming up before the end of the year inside Success Principle Society for your self-image and your future diary. So excited. So if you want to come and join us on that, then definitely come and join us inside Success Principle Society. But I don't know if you can see, I've got mine right here. That is my vision board, my future diary vision board. And then I have a self-image mood board. And I will be teaching these, and we'll be co-working on these inside Success Principle Society this year. And so I would love to do this with you guys. So come inside Success Principle Society and join us. Of course, you can go to ownitempire.com and click Success Principle Society and join us. So ownitempire.com/Success Principles Society, and come and join us inside our program. I'm so excited to get to work with you guys and our current clients. Let's change our lives, and let's leave that ripple. So I want you to have so much fun creating this new winning self-image. This is your opportunity to truly begin to design a life you love, a new version of you, stepping into that best version of you, designing your new life, and stop being your own upper limit and glass ceiling. It is your unconscious mind that's running the show. 98% of your thoughts, feelings, and actions are habitual and unconscious. And unless we change that operating system, nothing changes. And it will end up being like how it used to be for me, where I worked so hard, I would almost get it, and then it would just go away. And I would do it again. And then when I started to slow down to do this inner work, my results started to transform on the outside with much more ease. And I'm not saying it was perfect, it was easy. It requires energy, it requires effort. Goal achievement is, and getting out of your own way and stepping out of your current operating system is going to require something of you. It is going to have you come up against your own stuff. It's going to have you become much more aware of some of the unfortunate things that have had you stuck for so long. And it's going to require you to truly, truly be ready to release the old identity of who you've been and where you've been, and just letting everything go so you can design and consciously co-create that next version and step into it. In the book, The Power of Awareness by Neville Goddard, which is one of my favorites, he says the old version of you needs to be so dead, gone, and buried. You don't even know where the body is buried, meaning you don't remember how they showed up, what those habits were. You don't even remember that because there is a new version of you here now. And so if you are ready to design that next version of your life and your business, maybe you have everything you've ever wanted and you're like, now what? What do I do next? I thought this was it. This is my glass ceiling. I'm not even halfway through my life. This can't be it. What's next for me? This is the place you want to be. Maybe you've been trying like I used to be, and you've done everything and you've worked so hard and you're like, why is it not working? You definitely want to come and join us inside Success Principle Society. We have our 6 core self-mastery lessons for you to study on your own with a workbook and a recorded lessons for you to download to keep to do over and over again, because the magic is in the repetition. For how many years have you been conditioned to be the person you are today? These courses, we encourage everyone to review every 30 to 3 months to 6 months, if not at least every year. And so that you are reimagining yourself over and over again, getting rid of what's not working and amping up what is, getting rid of those old thoughts, beliefs, habits, actions, people, environment, community, the things that are keeping you small, safe, and the same, and creating and stepping into and attracting what it is that is going to help you expand and grow and fully, truly step into that full self-expression of you. If you are tired of feeling stuck and overwhelmed and burnt out, or you are tired of feeling like you're coming up against your glass ceiling, or you're wondering what's next for you, I think I've done it all, but I want so much more. If you're sitting there thinking, there is more for me, there has to be more for me, what is next? If you're thinking, I am meant for more than what I have now, I want you to come and join us inside Success Principle Society. I have seen people leave their jobs, create businesses, retire that business, expand another one, build businesses, sell that business, move on to build another business, move to other countries, start to live as nomads. I've seen people release relationships that have been keeping them stuck, small, safe, and the same, and begin to attract the right people, places, circumstances, and opportunities to truly expand and grow and live a life happy and fulfilled. I have seen this work and information transform so many lives, and it could transform yours as well. You could be the ripple effect for your family, for your community, and the world. So come and join us inside Success Principle Society, where we have a weekly group coaching call, whether it's a mastermind, a strategic co-working session where I bring a lesson for us all to take action on, or it's a co-working session where we're working on our commitments. So in our masterminds, we bring forward what we need support on. We all work together to help each other, and then we all leave with a commitment. We keep it in a tracker, and when we come back for our next mastermind, we update how it went. Were we able to keep that commitment? If not, we recommit. If we did it, amazing. What's our next step? And we actually co-work on that in a session to make sure that we're keeping those promises to ourselves. It's not going to be a bunch more stuff to keep you overwhelmed and stuck in studying and not in action, because action is the final stage of manifesting. So you can study till the cows come home, but if you are not testing things, doing things quickly, getting out there and getting into action, it will stay a someday. And no more are we allowing our dreams and ideas to die inside of us and stay a someday. It's time to build that new version of you, build that business you love, build the life that you love, and surround yourself with the right people. We have mirror neurons, and we will begin to mirror the people we surround ourselves in. So everybody has heard the saying, you will become the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. That's partially to do with energetics and also your mirror neurons. You will even begin to look like that. That's wild. But our bodies and brains are so smart. This is an incredible machine that keeps us going. And there's so much about it we don't know that we don't know. And if we are constantly surrounding ourselves with people that keep us small, safe, and the same, that is where we will stay. And I love them where they're at. No make wrong. If that's what's important for them on their journey, amazing. And if you know you're meant for more, come hang out with a community of people playing to win instead of playing not to lose. I love the Instagram channel. I think it's the School of Hard Knocks. And the guy goes around and he interviews successful millionaires and billionaires. And this morning I saw the one with the owner from Spanx. And you know what she said? One of the most important pieces of advice was to protect your dreams, your visions, and your goals. And don't tell people who will keep you small, safe, and the same until you're ready to show them it's already working. She said she didn't tell anybody for the first year in her business because she had taken her savings and she invested. She is self-made. She is the only investor in her business. And she invested her savings to build Spanx, and she built it by being a fax salesman woman. And she took this money and she said she didn't tell anybody because she started saying was the things that people told her a year into her business. What are you doing? That's crazy. You've invested your life savings. You shouldn't have done that, so on and so forth. And she said if those people had said that to her in her idea phase before she had already gotten to action, she'd probably still be selling fax machines. That's how important it is for you to be aware of who you surround yourself with, who you share your dreams with, and who you spend your time with. And so environment is essential. And that's why I love our community so much. In our masterminds, the only rule is we are only allowed to add value. We would never take away. You come with a dream, I'm going to ask you how. I'm going to say, and you could do this. This could be better. Let's even add this instead of saying, no, you can't do that. That is not what we do in our community. And that's one of the most amazing things is we allow you to dream, get into that state of possibility and positivity, and we stand beside you while you go through your challenges, transformations, growth, all those amazing opportunities that come your way as you step into that next version of you. So come and join us inside Success Principle Society. Again, weekly group coaching call, self-mastery, self-study lessons for you to do over and over again that are meant to transform your life and be a lifelong exercise, not a one and done. This is information that the masses don't know, and we don't know what we don't know. So if you are truly ready for something more, I want to invite you to come and join us. And I want you to really ask yourself, where would you like to be a year from now? Really pause and think about it. Where would you like to be a year from now? Think about it. Well, what if you came and joined us inside Success Principle Society and spent the next year betting on yourself? So we have special sign-up bonuses. If you're joining on the monthly membership, you're going to get a Kickstart call with me, a value of $400. Now, we added this special in. If you are an alumni, if you've studied any courses or been a one-on-one client ever, and you are an alumni of Own It Empire, when you join on the monthly subscription, you're going to get a 90-minute Kickstart call with me instead of a 60. And this is a value of $600. And so that we can look at where we've been, all the things we've already done, and expand, and grow. So that's my gift for you for coming back, investing in you, and betting on you. Everybody who signs up this month is going to be able to join us at our Quantum Leap Blueprint private masterclass next week, so that we can have a detailed plan and get into inspired action and be focused and prioritized instead of busy and overwhelmed. And I'm super pumped for you guys to come do this with us next week. It's going to be amazing. Ask anybody in our community what the Quantum Leap Blueprint has done for them. And they might be doing it for their 5th time. And it's the first time they've done it to its entirety. And every single time they've done it, they've created results and changed their life. And what they've realized is now they have become conscious co-creators because of that Quantum Leap Blueprint. Now I dare you and I invite you to come and join us for the full year. When you pay in full, you're going to save 30%. And that's a value of over $1,000 in savings. And plus a Kickstart call with me, which is a value of over $1,000 altogether. So you're going to, when you join for the year and pay in full, which is only $949, you are saving 30% and you're getting a 90-minute Kickstart call with me. Now, if you're an OI alumni, this is a special bonus for you. When you pay in full and come and join us inside Success Principle Society, not only are you going to save the 30% and get the 90-minute Kickstart call, you're going to get 2 more bonus 90-minute mentorship calls with me. That is a value of $1,200 alone on itself. So when you're joining and paying in full and you're a returning alumni, that's over $2,200 in bonuses. So guys, I'm so excited for you to come and join us inside a Success Principle Society. And so I dare you, come and join us now. Your time is now. We're going to work on owning your vision, owning your goal, owning your mind, owning your winning self-image, your high performance habits, and your holistic wellness. We have access to our VIP community, masterminds, co-working and strategic co-working sessions, access to our quarterly special events, plus all the replays that we've already done, and access to our library with that monthly subscription. And you can cancel anytime with a 30-day notice. And of course, you can sign up and pay in full for $949, or you can join on the monthly membership of $113 per month. And this is a subscription where you can cancel anytime with a 30-day notice. And really, I want you to think about, where did you spend your last $113 on? What if you skipped a couple Starbucks runs or Uber Eats, and you actually took that money and you invested it into you? What would that look like? And what would that feel like 30, 60, 90 days from now, a year from now? I dare you to bet on you and invest in you. You are your best investment. Let's become conscious co-creators and live life by design and build our dream business around our dream life. And so I invite you to come and join us inside Success Principle Society so that you can be there next week at our Quantum Leap Blueprint Masterclass for clients only. So excited. And remember, come back tomorrow. We have our final session, and it's all about reimagining your calendar, because you have been filling it up with probably what you think you're supposed to be, or just saying yes to everything because you haven't had absolute clarity what the end goal is. But now we have that goal. So everything that's going to go into the calendar going forward is going to be filtered through that goal. And I'm super excited to help you design that goal, build the habits of the high performer. So come back tomorrow for the final day of Reimagine. And if you have any questions, need any support, of course, book a call, reach out, info@ownitempire.com. And remember, expect magic and miracles, stay happy, healthy, wealthy, and what is the best that can happen? We'll see you guys inside Success Principle Society, and we'll see you tomorrow. Thank you.